Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Yeah, let me welcome you. Let me welcome you to the show. Thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. And boy, how does it get any better than this? Let me give a shout out to Mr. Benny. Hi, Mr. Benny. How are you?
Doing well, Pat.
I know. Life is good. Life is good. It's juicy. I know that we are planning to do a great show for all of you today here. It's just going to take us a few minutes. We're going to talk about Precognitive Visions with Psychic World's John G. Sutton joining us here today. We're going to talk about what that means. You know, John looks at the nature of precognitive visions of the future that ultimately transpire into reality. At times, dreams show us vivid images of events that are to be. And there are numerous anecdotal accounts of people dreaming the winners of horse races and more. Another form of precognitive vision is the sudden illuminating insight, as if one is transported through time and space to a different place. Problem is, how do we deal with instantaneous visions of tomorrow? What does one do? John says the answer is keep a diary. And if you can't keep a diary, right now what we have smartphones that actually can record. So if you're like me and you're wondering, how do I keep a diary? You don't need to. Just go to your smartphone and record what the heck has gone on with you. So with dreams, that is simple. Just write down which you recall as soon as you wake up, or do it, as quickly, because the memory does fade. How often have you said to a friend or a loved one, oh my gosh, I had the most incredible dream. 3 minutes pass and you can't even remember what it is. So there is a mystery to precognition that involves what Einstein termed the time and space continuum. For time is not as we on Earth perceive it to be. Time is not an arrow shot forward in a straight line. We do not really know what time is. We do, however, know that we do not know, as man has said. So we've got a, kind of cool, great thing. And, I mean, all of the above. And so for those of you, we are in the process of reaching John and having him come on the phone. Mr. Benny, I think Mr. Benny is still trying to do that. And John, John G. Sutton is ready to get connected. We're going to talk about this in a little bit and talk about what's possible. So, for many of us, I think the thing I think about is, the term precog is something that I heard talk about so vividly in a movie that, in a movie that was out there. That was called The Minority Report. And it was interesting where the public got to see, Tom Cruise in this film about The Minority Report, which is about how these precogs could sort of predict crimes that were going to happen in the future. And so for many people, this whole idea of how precognition, can be in the world is something that we've tried to wrap our minds around. John G. Sutton joining me here today, as I've said before. John, welcome to the show.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, you're doing well talking about precognition, one of my favorite subjects.
I don't know if you saw that movie, The Minority Report, but, it was Tom Cruise, and the whole film was based on precognition. And even to this day, we've seen precognition show up in our pop culture all over the place. I mean, even in movies like not the Vampire Diaries, Twilight, right? One of the vampires had the ability to see the future. I wanted to talk with you. What is it that precognition is, and what are some of the misconceptions, John?
Precognition is basically a strange facility to see the future before it happens. But the question is, if we are able to see the future before it happens, has it not already happened? That is the question.
Wow.
Einstein postulated about the space-time continuum in which everything has happened, and we are just in a different. Our perception is in a different place. So what we are doing is we are not going through time like an arrow, which we on Earth visualize time as being like an arrow, because we take our time from the fact that we are moving around the sun, and that gives us our days, but that's not how time is. If you look at the universe, I mean, there's thousands of billions of stars out there, and we are just a very small part of this. So in actual fact, where are we actually? Because in my understanding of this, we are spirits living inside human facilities. We are currently of human bondage, but our spirits aren't. Our spirits are able to actually transcend time and space, and it's by doing that you get visions of the future. There were people who have had. One of the common things is actually seeing a horse race and seeing the winner of the horse race. One of my friend's fathers, he told me he had a very vivid dream in which he clearly saw the name of the horse, the number of the horse, how the race was run. And on the following day, he checked the papers. There was the name of the horse. It was on television. He thought, right, well, this is going to win. So he put for him, and he wasn't a gambler, but he put quite a considerable amount of money on this horse. And exactly as he'd seen it in his dream, the horse ran and it won. And he made quite a lot of money out of that for him,
Wow.
But how can that possibly be? How can we see the future unless there is a quirk here? And what we're doing is we're actually seeing time the wrong way. Have you ever heard of the writer P.D. Ouspensky?
No.
A very strange writer who writes that we have lived our lives many, many times before. And the way P.D. Ouspensky looks at reincarnation is, get it wrong this time, that's all right, because you're coming back. It's a bit like, what's that film where he keeps coming back on the same day? Yeah.
Oh, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Our lives, according to P.D. Ouspensky, are very much like Groundhog Day. So if anybody's really interested in the twists of time-space consortium, have a look at the writer P.D. Ouspensky. When people actually have precognitive dreams, what's happening is their actual spirits are leaving their bodies and going into a different aspect of the dimension scale, and therefore they're experiencing what will be in time to come. Just as very much as you might very well have a dream about your childhood, or you might very well have a dream about a different time and place. It's very possible, in my opinion, that what you're seeing there is something that you have in a previous life lived through. If you dream about being a child, well, you have lived through that, and you do have a conscious memory of that, but you don't have a conscious memory of what is yet to be. But it is there, and it has been written. I mean, how else could clairvoyants and sensitives be able to make such positive predictions? And
fascinating, isn't it, John? I mean, it's really incredible. And what I love about this is it used to be, and I know that you know this, right? If you go back 10, 20 years ago, we didn't really have a society, at least here, that looked at precognition or people with psychic abilities in a very positive way. And yet now, almost every time we look in our pop culture at blockbuster movies or even not so blockbuster movies, there's this element of some of the characters, one of the characters at least, being prominently involved in having these abilities. What's changed? I mean, what do you sense has changed? Or maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's just me.
Well, I think what has changed is society has changed, and we are becoming. If we look, we don't have to look that far back. I mean, when I started working professionally, if we go back 30 years, it was unacceptable to be on the radio discussing communication between this world and the next, and to a certain extent, in the United Kingdom, it still is. You know, I cannot go on commercial television in the United Kingdom and start talking about communication with the spirit world or the next dimension. I have to go on there and say, this is for entertainment purposes only. And despite the fact that I'm absolutely believing in what I do, I have to make such a statement, or the people who are promoting the television show have to do that. And to me, we've got people going on there talking about, granting people pathways to heaven through their belief in an invisible man who hasn't actually been seen for over 2,000 years. Nobody's seen him. Right. Where's he gone? Yeah. Right. I'm not being facetious here, just a little light humour there. But if people can do that, why can't psychics and mediums in the UK specifically go on and actually promote what they're doing honestly? Because they're required to say that this is for entertainment purposes only. But we have made a great leap forward, and films such as Ghost. Do you remember the film Ghost? Oh yeah. That is very much how it happens. Yeah, you actually hear, and to a certain extent, people do see spirits. People who are particularly gifted, it can actually drive them to the edge. So you've got to be very much under control and be able to close it down. And with precognition, there are certain things that you do not want to see. If I go back 35 years, I was working as the head of security for a big company, and the chief accountant came out of his office, and he was transparent. I could see straight through him, and a voice said, "This man's dead." And I could not say anything to anybody. I told my wife, I said, "I've had a terrible experience. I've just seen the chief accountant who's alive, but he's not alive." Within 2 days, he was dead. He just had a major heart attack, and he'd gone. But I mean, obviously, I couldn't say anything to him or to anybody really, other than my wife.
Right. It's an enormous responsibility, isn't it, John? And I want to take a short break. So when we come back, I want to talk with you more about this. And for those of you out there, John G. Sutton is on because you've already called into the show. For those of you that have not and you'd like to, go to go ahead, 1-800-930-2819, and we'll be taking your calls because you're going to get to experience the amazing gifts of my co-host today, John G. Sutton, folks. Let us take a short break. We will be right back.
The most beautiful things sent from above. Flowers show us the power of love. Flowers show us the power of love. I was a child, just about 3, out in the garden by the...
Hi, I'm Dr. Pat, and I'm here to rave about my favorite dressing and marinade, Galeos marinades. As hearty vegetables such as Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and pumpkin replace the waning fruits of summer on supermarket produce displays. When I want to add that special touch to my fall dishes, I reach for Galeos miso. Whether it's the miso Caesar, Dijonais, ginger wasabi, and the newcomer Southwest, I know that I'm going to prepare a fabulous dish. Galeos dressings, which are made with all natural ingredients, have no MSG, and are gluten-free, and should all be part of a well-stocked kitchen pantry. But perhaps the Miso Caesar adds that special something to fall's bountiful harvest. The culinary masterminds behind Galeo's miso dressing, chefs Andre and Gordana, have just developed several of their favorite easy-to-prepare and healthy fall recipes that include their Miso Caesar dressing. So, visit galeoscafe.com. That's Galeos Cafe.com for your special fall dish.
Always inspiring and uplifting, Brenda Thine spreads love and light wherever she goes. Enlightening, empowering, and encouraging readings, Brenda connects with your guides, angels, fairies, and loved ones who have crossed over to provide you with the highest guidance possible to enable you to live your highest truth and maximize your potential. Always light-filled, a session with Brenda will have you feeling wonderful, centered, and ready to take on anything. Schedule your session now at brendathine.com. That's Brenda, THYNE.com.
Are you interested in helping others by tapping into something more? Do you want to play a bigger role in the shift that is occurring on the planet? The 111 Activation is an energetic session which has helped many worldwide to quickly transform their lives for the better, to gain greater clarity, experience deeper spiritual connection, and express their soul's truth. You too can learn how to facilitate this powerful energetic activation for your friends, family, and clients, even if you have had no previous experience. Please join me, Christine Upchurch, for the 111 Activation Training Seminar in Seattle, November 15th and 16th, to learn a process that is being called expansive, life-changing, and profound. Come be a bigger part of positive change for others. For more information, please visit stellarreflections.com. That's stellarreflections.com, or call 425-999-9836. 425-999-9836.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Child, just about 3, out in the garden by the old oak tree. Picked some daisies, dandelions too. Gave them to my mom and said, I love you. Flowers show us the power of love.
Wow, we've got a lot of people calling in. Benny, you're busy. You guys are busy, right? I mean, it's like we've got callers, which we'll go to the phone in a minute. John, before we jump off to the phones, I want to kind of finish up with what we were talking about precognition, but I also want folks to know how they can reach you directly. What we do on air is just a snapshot of, what you do in person with people. So go ahead and give folks information about how they can contact you directly.
You want to speak to me directly, no problem at all. Just go on the internet, look at psychicworld.net. On there at the top of the screen, you can see you can book me for a private reading. We can use Skype, we can use telephone. Okay, I'm in the UK, but we'll fix a time, we'll fix a date. It's very simple to do that. And the system I use is PayPal, which is absolutely secure. I mean, it's very difficult for me to get my money, never mind anybody else to get it. So if you want to book me, it's perfectly secure. Go onto my website, psychicworld.net, and I'll be delighted to help you.
Awesome. John, before we jump to the phones, precognition, we were talking about it in terms of our pop culture today. People have dreams and they get such insight, or they have visions and get such insight, but then they become very, very fearful about them. What can you say to help folks move beyond the fear? And then we'll go right to the phones.
I would say get yourself down to meet some professionals and take advice from that. I would also say don't take your dreams too literally. I mean, obviously, if you dream of a terrible accident, it doesn't necessarily mean that a terrible accident is going to happen. And it takes many years to differentiate between what is just a bad dream and what is actually a precognitive dream. In the United Kingdom in the 1960s, there were people having dreams about rooms filling up with black sludge, and shortly after this, you don't have them in the United Kingdom, but it was like the side of a man-made mountain of sludge that started to shift in the bad weather and drifted down the mountainside and covered a school, killing hundreds of children. And people had been having dreams about this for weeks immediately prior to it. So those were precognitive visions, but not everything is. So the right way to do it would be to go down and see a psychic professional, and they will advise you as to how to control it.
Wow. John, I'll tell you what, we have hit the jackpot with today's topic because the lines are filled. Let's go to Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny, who would you like to bring on first?
Sure, we'll start things off. We'll take Dee calling in from Pennsylvania. Dee, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dee. Welcome to the show. How can we help you today?
Thank you so much for taking my call. So currently I'm in an excellent job. It's very flexible, but I still feel like something's missing. I'm looking for a little bit more spiritual alignment to my purpose, but more fulfilling, more giving. So I was wondering if there's some insight regarding to that, because I feel like there's a little bit of disconnect with my soul and what I'm doing.
Right, okay. Can you hear me, Dee?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Yeah, okay. You've been for psychic consultations in the past. I know that you have, Dee, yeah? And
yes.
They have told you that you have a side of your nature that needs to be developed, which is the healing side, and you haven't quite done that yet, have you?
No, because I'm not really sure what modality to choose, so I'm a little confused.
Right, okay. Well, I feel that you can channel healing powers, yeah, and help other people, but not necessarily by laying on of hands. Often people can heal through the voice. Now, I feel that this can be done through counselling. Have you actually thought that you would make a very good counsellor?
Yes, quite a lot.
Uh-huh.
The only issue is that, my background is very technical. So it has nothing to do with counseling. I think that's where I always feel stuck, that, well, I have to go back to school and get the training in order to pursue this. And so it's like going around in circles.
You can do that. You don't have to do it full-time. You can do it part-time. I know a number of people who have gone back to college and taken a part-time counselling course. It maybe take 2 to 3 years, but as you're going through that, and counselling is very different than just working as a psychic, because you have certain regulations, certain patterns to do this. But I feel that you would be extremely good at that, bringing into the side of it your very sensitive nature, because you are what I would term a natural clairsentient. Do you understand what that is, Dee?
Yes, very much, because I feel anything going around me, I feel it very strongly in my heart chakra. So I definitely agree with that.
Okay, but I also feel that you are becoming aware of people's auras. Have you felt that you can see people's auras like a shimmering around certain people? Some people have very bright auras. Some people have very dark auras. But I feel that you can sense, and you know when somebody's right, and you know when somebody's wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying, Dee?
Yes, I do. I can't physically see it, but I can definitely sense it.
You can sense it. As I said, you're clairsentient. With time, that will come, and you will start to see that there is an aura around everybody. When you see a deep purple aura, they're a very spiritual individual, a very healing individual, and that is how I see your aura. As I'm speaking to you now, I sense that you are a deep purple aura and have been an evolved spirit. And you've been successful in your career, but you feel unfulfilled because you haven't actually been taking to humanity that which you have got within you, and you will do that. It's next year that you start to switch on properly, but you have awakened to the fact that you have a gift, and it's time to follow that path now. I hope I've been some help, Dee.
Very much so. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Dee. Hey, John, I think what we should do is take a short break, and when we come back, we'll get right to the phones. One more time, for those of you out there that want to find out more, schedule a full reading with John, especially as we come into this holiday season. I know that you're going to want to get a hold of John and schedule early on with him. You know, he is an amazing psychic, and I know he gets filled up. So, John, please let folks know the best way that they can schedule a session with you.
Just get onto my website, psychicworld.net, and you can send me an email there. It's john@psychicworld. You want to speak to me, we'll arrange a time and date. There's a slight hours difference because I'm in the UK. But I will work to your needs, and you can book me on there. It's at the top of my page, psychicworld.net. I'll be delighted to hear from you.
All right. And for those of you out there, we're going to take a short break. We are taking your calls if you'd like to come in and chat with John. NI Live, 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back with the show.
When we got to the top, what do you think we could see? It was a big fat tree.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pat, and here I am with my Galeo's Cafe Tip of the Week. I'd like to share with you a recipe directly from Galeo's Cafe website. Try this Oriental chicken salad. Slice a boneless, skinless chicken breast. Put it in a baggie. Pour in about 2 tablespoons of sesame miso dressing. Close the bag and shake it to coat it. Marinate in fridge for about maybe 30 minutes. Then fire up the grill. Grill the chicken until done. About 8 minutes on each side. While the chicken is grilling, put salad greens on a plate. Romaine, Chinese cabbage, cilantro, whatever you want, and top with shredded carrots and almonds or cashews. Slice the cooked chicken breast and put it on top of the greens. Add crunchy rice noodles and top with more Galeo sesame miso dressings and enjoy. For more information, go to order your dressing today at galeoscafe.com. That's GALEOS cafe.com. Remember, shipping is free.
Tune in to Psychic Cup of Coffee with Kelly Sutliff every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Kelly is a 14-year veteran of psychic ability, and she offers inspiration and comfort to those dealing with grief when they have lost a loved one, and also shares with people that the psychic world is very real. Call 1-800-930-2819 during the show with your questions, and visit PsychicMediumKelly.com. That's PsychicMediumKelly.com.
Hi, I'm Leslie Fontaine with Sheer Alchemy on Transformation Talk Radio, and here's your tip of the day. Standing in your power should be the greatest thing in the world. Why isn't it? When I ask you to bring an intention you have up before you, something so true and important to you, and you begin to shift toward it, you suddenly realize you're opening your heart and energy in a direction and turning your back on something else. They can be past choices, people, and circumstances you've tolerated for a very long time. In that moment, you do realize how truly powerful you are and that you can do this. But you also realize you might risk something you're not certain you're ready to let go of. Let's give ourselves the gift of our own power. Let's learn to not be afraid of it. Join me on my new show, Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine, and visit me at lesliefontaine.com or call 678-665-3366.
I'm Christine Upchurch, and this is a Stellar Reflections Minute. For centuries, spiritual traditions have talked about how humans have an energy field, or aura, surrounding them. Although skeptical scientists refuted this for decades, science is now beginning to catch up with spirituality. Scientists can actually measure light emanating from living beings, so they can measure the human aura, which in scientific terms is known as the biofield. Many medical practitioners around the world use an instrument to evaluate a patient's biofield for the purpose of diagnosing illness. They understand that imbalanced or insufficient light in a person's energy field indicates a physical or emotional problem. The good news? There are ways to balance and increase your light, resulting in greater well-being. For more information, please check out stellarreflections.com or call 425-999-9836. That's 425-999-9836.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
I was dreaming of a big fat tree. I was climbing, there was you and me. When we got to the top, what do you think we could see? It was a big fat tree.
We saw flowers, birds in the sky, children laughing to a lullaby. There was peace at last for you and me at the top of the big fat tree. I was dreaming of a big fat tree.
Oh my gosh, John G. Sutton joining me here today. And John, we may have to skip the break because we've got a bunch of people waiting to talk to you. Yay. PsychicWorld.net. Go check it out. Schedule your full session. And Mr. Benny has been busy. Benny, who would you like to go to?
Sure, we'll start things off here locally. We'll, Renee from Seattle. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, thank you. Hi,
You're
John.
welcome. How can we help you today?
Well, I used to have a lot of precognitive dreams, and they don't happen as much as they used to. Is there something I can do to bring them back?
That's a good question.
You can meditate, Renee. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me, Renee?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
All right, okay. One key factor to actually opening your psychic channel is meditation. And I believe that over the last few years, your life has just become more complicated in the material world. Can you accept that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens. William Wordsworth wrote about that. He said that shades of the prison house close around the growing boy. So what's happened is the material world has closed in around you and in effect blocked your psychic channel. You've really just got to unblock that, Renee. So what you do is get yourself a nice crystal. I mean, for me personally, I use quartz, just white quartz, and concentrate on the crystal at night before you go to bed and open your psychic channel. And also, when you start to get the dreams again, and you will very quickly, and also, Renee, there's something to do with a boat. Did you used to dream about a boat?
A boat. One time, but not recently, no.
Listen, mark my words, you make a note of it, You're going to dream about a boat,
Okay.
And you will be on this boat, and it's going to show you a dream of you being sailed around a group of islands, Do you actually know somebody that's got a boat? Because you're going to be invited on a boat, but before you get on this boat, you will dream about this. That will be one of your first precognitive, and that will prove to you, by the way, that you're switched back on, that you're switched back on, and also I want to tell you that you're going to have to visit New York.
New York. Wow.
You're going to visit New York, and I feel you're going to visit New York next year. And before you visit New York, you'll start to get images of it in your dreams. Will you keep a dream diary? Because if you can keep a dream diary, that will help you to refer back. Yes, I had that dream. Yes, this happened.
Dream diary. Yeah.
Have you kept a dream diary
the lottery
in the past?
Numbers once. Yeah, I dreamt the lottery numbers once. And I didn't play, and I think all of them were right because I remembered 5 of the numbers, and all 5 of the numbers came up the next day.
I bet you're cursing that. But I mean, I don't gamble myself. I don't believe in gambling. But I mean, if people want to gamble and want to dream that, then why not? Yeah, but I do know that you're going to dream of a boat. You're going to dream of yourself being on a boat, and when it happens, the recognition that your precognitive dreams are starting to happen will fall into place. Yeah, and also there's a dream of a beautiful young lady. Yeah, Do you have a daughter, Renee?
No, I don't.
Because you're going to be meeting a beautiful young lady, but looks very much like you. Mark my words, you are going to do this. And the name I keep hearing is Jill, Jill. Do you know the name of Jill, Renee?
For that. No, I know an older woman named Jill, but not anybody young. But
all right,
I'll
somebody
look out for
somebody
that.
called Jill is going to be involved in this. Renee, that's how to switch back on. Get yourself a crystal, meditate, tune in, keep a dream diary.
Great.
You'll see this, and it's going to happen. Thanks.
Super. Thank you. Wow. Mr. Benny, I think we just need to keep going.
Sounds like a plan. Arlene from Seattle, welcome to the show.
Hi, Arlene. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet.
I am well, and I was curious. I have my occupation or my job, if you will, is changing a little bit. I don't see the other side of it really very clear. And so is my relationship. So these two things are going on at the same time. Is there any clarity on your end?
Hello there, Arlene. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Yeah, Arlene, first of all, the change of job. It's about time that you did that because you haven't been using your talents to their full extent. Did you realise that?
I do realise that.
Because you are a creative soul, and really, Arlene, you should be in charge. Have you in the past been a manager?
Yes, I have.
Right, because it's as a manager that gives you the ability to be creative and to make the days work. You know, because at the moment the days aren't working for you. You're working, but it's like an uphill slog. If you were being given the chance to be in charge, and you will be, then the days fly by and your creativity makes it all work. So as far as your job is concerned, yes, you're going ahead, change of job, but it's into being a manager. Does that make some sense?
It does, actually. Thank you.
Right, okay. Now, with regards to your relationship, do you have a broken relationship in the past?
In the past, yes.
Because don't look back. That's what I'm trying to say here. Because this next phase is going to be really good. The next phase is going to be absolutely excellent. Did this man buy you a toy, like a soft doll?
A soft doll?
Oh, like a teddy bear or something?
Yes.
Did he buy you a... Tell me he did, yeah?
You're talking about the last relationship?
Somebody bought you a teddy bear.
Somebody bought you a teddy bear or something.
Yes. It was a stuffed animal.
That's okay, right, okay. The new relationship that's coming, I can just see this teddy bear that you've got, you see. You've still got the teddy bear, yes? Tell me I'm right.
I do have one that I do Reiki on.
Very good.
It's a big teddy bear. I use it as my model.
Yeah. You see, you've got many gifts here, and you are helping a lot of people. The next relationship that you're going into will absolutely understand that and be a spiritual and a very sensitive individual as well. And I do feel that is going to fall into place for you within the next 2 to 3 months. All your life is changing, and January, February. The relationship is working, you've got your new job as a manager, and you are using this skill that you've got to help other people. Arlene, I know that it's your time to do this. You've just got to concentrate on that. Give it all you've got, as you usually do. And also I see something to do with, like, painting or drawing or sketching. Do you do something like that?
I do, but I haven't for such a long time.
No, but you've got some sketching drawings that you did when you were younger, yes?
They are put away, but I do have some.
You get them out and start again, because I'm being told here that you've been given a gift, and you've got to use that gift, and it's not being taken away; it's still there. So you do that, and you'll get a great deal out of that. You should also be doing what I call watercolors. So sketch and then watercolors. All right, You will do that, Arlene. Thank you very much. I hope I've been of help.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Wow. For those of you out there, I know Mr. Benny has got a few more people here waiting to chat. For those of you that do want to call in, 1-800-930-2819. Mr. Benny, what should we do?
Yeah, we'll take now Barbara calling in from Edmonds.
Hi, Barbara. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
So I have a question about finances, trying to refinance my home so that I can live life a little easier and yet grow my business.
Aha.
Can you hear me, Barbara?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you had a business that went down in the past?
No, it hasn't gone down. I've been doing the same thing on my own for 13 years, but I've been connected to a business that just closed.
Right, yes, because there's a business that's gone down, a business that's just gone bang, because you've not got to let that influence you, yeah?
Yeah.
Barbara, I mean, I know that it's trying times at the moment, but the economy's picking up, and don't allow other people's failures or the failure of a previous business or another business to dissuade you from pushing forward with yours, because what you're doing here is going to succeed. And I do know that you are going to, with regards to refinancing your house, I don't think you'll have too much of a problem. Have you got a meeting with a financial advisor in the next 2 weeks?
That's interesting. Somebody that is a financial advisor just stopped in to see me a few minutes ago.
Might give me a break here.
Well, no, it's somebody I know through our local Chamber of Commerce, and he's many times said, come and see me, I can help you.
He can help you. He can help you, yeah, and believe me, Barbara, you will sort that out, yeah. But also there's something to do with a plane journey, yeah. Do you know somebody that has a private plane like a Cessna?
My little sister has her own Cessna.
Hey, how about that, Barbara? Come on. Yeah, you're going in that plane.
Funny.
Yeah,
Really?
That's pretty good. That's about as specific as you get. But you're going in this Cessna, yeah? And you're going to have great fun with that, yeah? And also something I can see, Barbara, yeah? Have you been wanting to have a look round a place called Alcatraz?
Well, I've been to Alcatraz a few years ago.
All right, I can see Alcatraz, you see.
Interesting.
When you were in Alcatraz, did you suddenly get a feeling as if it was possessed?
Oh, the whole place is possessed.
Yeah, it is. It's very haunted. That. Do you know a guy called Peter James who used to be on Sightings? Yeah, I did some work with Peter James, and Peter James was telling me it is one of the most haunted places in America. Alcatraz. He's passed now, Peter James. He was very famous. White hair and a black tash. Very nice guy. And I've never been to Alcatraz, but you have, yeah? You're going to get in this Cessna, yeah? And that's a wonderful day out that you take with this in this flight. Your finances, that's fine. You'll get that resorted. You're meeting the financial advisor. They'll put that in order. Your business, don't look on the failure, look on the success. And there's a new book opening for you, yeah? A new book. You are going to take on another side to your business, and that is you're going to develop that further. By the time you get to August, November of next year, a year from now, yeah? Yes. You don't need to worry about refinancing your home. You'll be looking for a new one. And you want to live by the sea. Do you already live by the sea, Barbara?
Yes, I live very close to the water.
Yeah, you will have a bigger home close to the water, and I do feel that you'll have somewhere to park the boat or whatever it is, yeah?
Nice.
I hope I've been of help, Barbara. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Barbara. Thank you. Let's just keep going here and see if we can connect with folks that have called in. Mr. Benny, let's keep going on the phone.
Yeah, we'll take Missy now calling in from Mill Creek.
Hi, Missy. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
How can we help you today?
Oh, I was going to ask about my job, but I'm actually starting to work on this book, and it's kind of crazy. It's really different. I haven't seen anything out there like this. And I was just curious how you see that coming along, and will it be a success?
Hello there. Yeah, will you tell me your name again, please?
Missy?
Missy.
Right, yep.
Yeah. So you want to know about writing your book, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm absolutely sure that you're going to be a success with this. Do you have people who are going to proofread this for you? Because it's very important, Missy.
Yeah, I don't have a proofreader yet. I mean, I'm not even, it's still in the, very beginning stages, more of a thinking. I've been writing some things, but it's really just the very beginning.
Okay, well, the only way to do it is to actually do it. Let me tell you, and I've written a lot of books. The right way to do it is to get down in front of a Word document and start writing. And you'll find out then whether or not you've got a book there, because it will write itself. Because I feel that you are a sensitive individual. And have you heard of a thing called automatic writing?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Allow the book to write itself. If you've got everything in there in your mind, yeah, and you know roughly what you want to write, before you go to bed at night, concentrate on that and sleep on it, and the next morning get up, sit down in front of your computer with a Word file open and go for it.
Okay.
Just allow it to write itself, and get yourself a proofreader.
Okay.
Get yourself somebody who is educated, articulate, and has read thousands of books, and they'll tell you if you're any good. And once you actually get positive feedback, then don't just sit there and say, oh, aren't I wonderful? Work at it. Yeah. Charles Dickens used to write his books twice, you know. He didn't write them once. He wrote them once, and he had people read for him, make notes, and then he'd sit down and write again. And if you are prepared to put the work in, then you will get it. And I feel that you will get a publisher. These days you can publish it on Kindle, but it isn't just the publishing. It's actually getting it marketed out there. But I feel that you've got something to say to the world. So, Missy, if you will really go for that, don't worry about your health, Missy. You've been a bit concerned about that, have you?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll send you some healing powers, healing thoughts. I'm speaking to you now, yeah.
Thank you.
And you will be healthy and sleep properly. Have you been thinking of changing your pillows?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Because I can see you getting new pillows, and once you get these new pillows, then you'll start to sleep properly and dream the dreams, because you'll be able to convert those dreams through the power of automatic writing into a book that people want to read. And if you enjoy writing it, they'll enjoy reading it. I hope we've been some help, Missy.
Great, thank
Missy.
you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Wow, John, I love that idea about writing. That is amazing, because, a lot of people have trouble actually, taking their words and putting them on paper. So what a great idea. Now, I think we have time, Benny, for one more caller. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan there. We'll take Lori calling in from Seattle. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Lori, welcome.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
Hey, how can we help you? Thank you.
I was just curious if he had any insight on what might come next in my life.
Come next in your life, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Laurie, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Right, okay. You've been dating a big man.
I'm sorry?
Have you been dating? Have you been seeing a big man?
Have I been dating? No, I'm married for...
All right. Is he a big man, your husband?
No, he's short.
He's short.
Because I can see a big man, yeah? That's going to be very influential, yeah?
No, he's 5'7", and we've been married a long time.
No, not necessarily as a lover, yeah?
Right.
But there is a big man going to be influential in your immediate life, yeah? Where things are going to change. Have you actually been thinking, Laurie, that you might run your own business?
I've tried that in the past, and it's never worked out, because I always tend to go to more alternative things. And right now I'm just working as a caregiver, so I'm looking at what might be coming down the pipe. But
what's coming down here is that you've got to start thinking where you want to go, and what you need to do is to do some work for yourself. all right, if you're working as a caregiver, that's fine, but you can extend that, and there is somebody coming in to help you and advise you as like a career advisor. And I do feel that this is going to be quite a big fellow who has run businesses in the past, and is going to give you the boost in the right direction. There's nothing wrong with working as a carer. I've done it myself many years ago, and it was the happiest time of my life when I was helping other people on a physical one-to-one basis. And if you're doing that and you're enjoying that, Laurie, that's fine. But I feel that you want more of a challenge, and the challenge is actually taking your life and getting a grip of it and starting something that's unique to you. And I do feel that running your own business is where you want to go. Don't look at the failures of the past. If it's just not been right, then it will not work. But when it is right, then it will. And your husband will be very supportive of that. I'm absolutely sure. And I feel that you've got a happy marriage there.
Yes, yes. It is happy.
Absolutely, you do have. Thank you very much. Well, Laurie, do that, will you? Just do that. Just concentrate on that. And when this big guy comes in to advise you, listen, because it means a lot.
Okay.
And I know that you're going to be successful. It won't be immediately, because you're not a lady that just runs into things. You're a lady that likes to do all the planning. But believe me, if you're waiting for the right time, then you'll wait a long time. Just when you're ready, when you've got your plan in place, do it.
Okay.
And you will be receiving advice on how to do that. And I know that you're going to be a success. And I do feel that it will involve helping other people.
Wow.
All right, Laurie?
All right. Wow, Laurie. Okay, keep your eyes out for that.
All right, thank you.
Wow. John, what a great show. It's amazing. I want to kind of loop back and talk a little bit now about precognition and what kinds of tips might you give to our audience about how to pay more attention, how to do some of the things that will give people insight into their day-to-day lives. Because I think sometimes, John, what happens is we think, it's just that John G. Sutton, he can do it, but I can't do it. Can you talk a little bit about what we can share with our listeners so they can fine-tune their gifts?
Well, you're right about that. We all do have a psychic side to our nature. As I said to the caller earlier, shades of the prison house, we block it out. We allow society to control us. You've got to put that to one side. And if you dedicate 15 minutes at the end of each day to meditation and to concentrating on some inanimate object, as I said, I use a crystal. But you could actually, you could use anything really. You could use a photograph. You could use the smoke from incense. But as I say, with me, I use a crystal. Concentrate on that at the end of the day, and allow my mind to be open. And then when I've done that, I go to sleep. And because my mind is open, then I get the visions, and I wake up in the morning feeling ready to go because the ideas are in my head. It's a strange thing with me. I mean, I'm giving lectures. It sounds mad, but people come to me in the night and they're lecturing me, and I'm thinking, what is all this about? What is it all about? Why am I being given these lectures? Obviously, the reason I'm giving lectures is so that I can help other people. And one of the things that you've got to do, everybody, is if you really want to tune into your psychic side, meditate. And if you want to meditate on where you're going in life, write that down. Write it down and meditate on that. You can have a crystal at the side of the bed and do that. But when you wake in the morning, make a note of that. Keep yourself a dream diary. And as you go through the day, when you get ideas coming to you, make notes of them. With me, I write songs. You've heard some of the songs today. Big Fat Tree, Flowers. These come to me. But very often they come to me almost in complete form.
Oh, jeez.
And this is going to come to you as well, because Dr. Pat, you're writing a book, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And allow it to write itself. You know what you've got to write about.
Yeah, I do. I finally do, John. It's taken me a while, but I do. I finally do realize what it is I have to write about, and I'm excited about it. Writing is not necessarily my strength. As you know, speaking. I do a much better job speaking.
But if you can speak it, just allow it to write itself. Sit down with a blank screen, and you know where you've got to start, just allow it to write. And honestly, when I write, sometimes it makes me laugh out loud because it's so amusing what I'm writing. And though I say to myself, it is amusing, and it's not necessarily me that's doing it, it's the powers that's coming through me, and they will find you, Dr. Pat. Believe me, they were going to find you. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, and you will get your guides coming in, and they will write it for you. And when you're reading it, and you start to smile, then you know it's right. And that's what people should do with their own lives. Listen to the inner voice.
Wow. Well, John, thank you for a great show. One more time, give out your information. I want to make sure that folks absolutely know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, please do contact me through the internet. It's psychicworld.net. My name's John G. Sutton. You can Google me, type it in. My email address is john@psychicworld. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I will help.
Oh, my gosh. What an amazing show. John will be back with us to help all of us rock and roll through this holiday season. Thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. For more about us, go to Facebook, The Dr. Pat Show. Go to Twitter, The Dr. Pat Show. And you can always go to thedrpatshow.com or transformationtalkradio.com. Tune in to that precog ability that you have. Live life full out. We'll see you next time on the show. I'm Dr. Pat, and I'm here to rave about my favorite dressing and marinade, Galeos marinades. As hearty vegetables such as Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and pumpkin replace the waning fruits of summer on supermarket produce displays. When I want to add that special touch to my fall dishes, I reach for Galeos miso. Whether it's the miso Caesar, Dijonais, ginger wasabi, and the newcomer Southwest, I know that I'm going to prepare a fabulous dish. Galeos dressings, which are made with all natural ingredients, have no MSG, and are gluten-free, and should all be part of a well-stocked kitchen pantry. But perhaps the miso Caesar adds that special something to fall's bountiful harvest. The culinary masterminds behind Galeos miso dressing, chefs Andre and Gordana, have just developed several of their favorite easy-to-prepare and healthy fall recipes that include their miso Caesar dressing. So visit GaleosCafe.com. That's GALEOS Cafe.com for your special fall dish.
Always inspiring and uplifting, Brenda Thine spreads love and light wherever she goes. Enlightening, empowering, and encouraging readings, Brenda connects with your guides, angels, fairies, and loved ones who have crossed over to provide you with the highest guidance possible to enable you to live your highest truth and maximize your potential. Always light-filled, a session with Brenda will have you feeling wonderful, centered, and ready to take on anything. Schedule your session now at BrendaThine.com. That's BrendaThyne.com.
Are you interested in helping others by tapping into something more? Do you want to play a bigger role in the shift that is occurring on the planet? The 111 activation is an energetic session which has helped many worldwide to quickly transform their lives for the better, to gain greater clarity, experience deeper spiritual connection, and express their soul's truth. You too can learn how to facilitate this powerful energetic activation for your friends, family, and clients, even if you have had no previous experience. Please join me, Christine Upchurch, for the 111 Activation Training Seminar in Seattle, November 15th and 16th, to learn a process that is being called expansive, life-changing, and profound. Come be a bigger part of positive change for others. For more information, please visit stellarreflections.com. That's stellarreflections.com, or call 425-999-9836. 425-999-9836.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave